Right, and the good news was that was only like 15 seconds over, as we mentioned John Carpenter.
Are we going again?
Yeah, real quick, John Carpenter. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's retired anyway, but I think he'd be a really bad choice.
Yeah. Shane Black did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that.
I haven't seen that one. Everyone tells me I need to. More Carnahan, David Coep. I guess he did did we already talk about him? Second Spider-Man? Yeah, I guess we did. Drew Goddard. He did some extra work on Buffy and Angel, and he did Cloverfield.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Here's one for, go ahead. Answer that one.
Cloverfield had a cool, niche to it, but I don't think it would be the right pick. So.
Someone recommended again, you, me, and Ryan Reynolds. I would be down for that.
If anything to get me in the same room as Ryan Reynolds, yeah, I'm for it.
Yeah, same here. A few people joking about Michael Bay, but not actually recommending him. More Reese and Paul Wernick. We got 2 in a row there. Like Zombieland guy again. Ryan Seacrest.
Oh dear. Oh,
he said no reason, just felt like saying his name. Okay.
Okay. Okay, but that person has some masculinity issues he needs to work out. Yeah. Unless it's a woman.
More Joe Kellys, Kevin Smiths, Ryan Sommer, Gail Simone. Yay, another vote for Gail Simone.
Woo! You get applause.
The guy who wrote Transformers 2, sure it'd be fucking awful, but it'll make $8,000 gazillion dollars. And of course, Darth Jones 55 pointed out that those guys also wrote the new Star Trek. Did they really write the new Star Trek and Transformers 2, Darth?
Yes, they did.
No kidding.
Yes, I did know that, and it's very, very baffling.
Now, that's one thing I've got to wonder. Did they make an awesome script and just Bay screwed it up, or? Because I didn't.
No, I think that they took the Star Wars or the Star Trek script more seriously, because basically they would need to.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Star Trek fan, and I came into the Star Trek movie thinking I wasn't gonna like it, because I assumed it was gonna be just a plain old reboot, and then they kind of blew me away with the fact that it's kind of a reboot, but kind of not at the same time. So I was like, wow, that was really, and it really felt like it was the same characters from the original show.
Yeah.
Just sort of tweaked.
I really liked it. My dad was a bit of a Trekkie, quite a bit. You know, and not to the point where he would dress up, but he was definitely like in the closet about it. But and so for me, it definitely hit a bunch of strong chords that made me real nostalgic. I really loved it.
Yeah, I'm a big Trekkie. My dad's a big Trekkie. I couldn't say I was a Trekkie enough to get a Starfleet uniform until the last episode where we used one. So now I do have one.
Awesome.
So I can't say that anymore. But
I'm a bigger Star Wars guy, and one day after I flip, my millionth home or something, I want to buy Stormtrooper armor, or I definitely want to get a Rebel pilot outfit. Never would use them, just hang in my closet, but.
I'd have to get Mandalorian armor.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would, I think. Yeah.
Another Ben Stiller, lots of Goyer, Somer, Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis. I loved Next Wave. Next Wave was got to be one of the funniest comic books I'd read in a long time. And I really love that series. I thought it was hilarious. I'd be fine for him as long as he understands Deadpool. Maybe have him team up with Gale or Joe Kelly.
Yeah.
He's real funny.
What else has he done? I recognize the name.
He's a big comic book writer. I think he's British. I know he did Next Wave. I can't remember what else he's done. I'm pretty sure he's done a few X-Men since. I wonder if he's the guy writing Astonishing X-Men now.
If he is, I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. Kevin Smith, more Kevin Smiths. Tarantino. Oh, Zack Snyder.
Yeah, Zack Snyder. That's the guy's name. Yeah, he's not a writer, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. But I always found it really funny that Zack Snyder's most original movie was the remake of Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead. I mean, I'm a big fan of Snyder's work. I mean, Watchmen, you can't not do it the way he did it.
Yeah,
it's just not possible.
I liked Watchmen.
Yeah, I mean, and I really like that they made it a bomb instead of an alien. Makes so much more sense.
Oh yeah, so I was one of the guys who had gone in. I did the same thing with Lord of the Rings. I was like, I know there's this epic book, and I know if I read the book, I'm going to be upset with the movie, so I'm just going to wait to do the movies first, and then I've just never gotten to the book. But my brother-in-law was with me, and he was told me, oh yeah, it was an alien or giant squid or something. I was like,
it was a squid alien thing.
Yeah, squid alien thing. I was like, a bomb just makes so much more sense though for the story.
Yeah.
So.
And because a squid alien, you can't really blame on Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
You know, like the bomb makes it look like it's a bomb that was just a power of Manhattan's, and it's just like it fit so much better. I mean, don't get me wrong, Alan Moore. If you're listening to this video, I still love your book. It's amazing, but don't yell at me like you yell at everyone who changes anything that you do.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the movie. I also feel that I feel so bad about this because I also read V for Vendetta and then I watched the movie. The movie is really different, but they're both really good in different ways.
Oh.
Like they made the movie a lot more modern.
I liked V. I thought it was cool. Recommendation: Rob Zombie. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen any of his movies yet. I'm like, I loved his movies back, or his music back in the day, but.
Yeah. He's obviously a musician because I've seen Halloween. And I would say Halloween was interesting, but the best part of it was the music. And so, like, the music in the movie really fit really well with everything, but everything else is kind of meh. So.
Let's see. Oh, we got Simon Kinberg. I guess he wrote Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith was written well, it just wasn't executed well. No. So maybe that could work.
Okay.
But
and then they also recommended Michael Brandt and Derek Haas, who I guess also wrote Wanted, along with the other guy who they also said wrote Wanted. Wasn't that Mark Millar?
Yeah. Well, Wanted the movie is compared to the book. The book is so interesting. But again, it is just Miller's what if the villains won. But they kind of take that out and they kind of make them sort of the pseudo heroes of the book, or the movie, which is not what the book is about. So, yeah, I would definitely because they would try and make Deadpool a super duper hero.
Yeah, pass on that. Definitely, Rob Derrick from Fantasy Factors. He writes some funny jokes. Not sure. Garth Ennis. I always.
Garth Ennis. Yeah. I don't think he'd want to do it.
Yeah, he's a comic book writer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Going through another Robert Rodriguez. Did we finish all of? Yeah. Okay, that's right, because we finished on Seth MacFarlane, so we got his. How are we doing on time? We're coming up on the 8-minute mark, so we've got about 3 minutes left. Should we make this our last one? Because we're almost done.
All right. Yeah, I would just make a suggestion of who I would want to see write the movie. Is J. Michael Straczynski. He's a very famous comic book writer. He's never actually written for Deadpool, but he wrote for Spider-Man a lot. And he also wrote a lot of his own independent works. And he's also a very famous screenwriter, too. I'd really like, because his characters are very, very deep, and he also can write action really well. He wrote this movie called Ninja Assassin, which is supposed to make Kill Bill look like a G-rated movie. So I can't wait to see.
Yeah, I've seen the promos for it.
Yeah, so I'd be really happy if they had him team up with Joe Kelly or something. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. I'm a lean towards Joe Kelly and David Goyer team, or even Gail Simone, David Goyer team, or even Gail Simone.
I would think that would be the perfect team right there. Joe Kelly or Gail Simone and David S. Goyer. David S. Goyer is a very, very talented screenwriter.
Yeah.
Or David Hayter. David Hayter would be a good, as long as he had one of those other two guys. Yeah. Or Gail and Joe in there.
So
I think.
So I think we're kind of inconsistent with probably the most recommended. Joe Kelly's. A lot of people didn't recommend Gail, but screw it, we're putting her in there. David Hayter and Goyer. They were easily like the top three, followed closely by Kevin Smith.
Yeah. I think Gail's story arcs would fit a lot better on the silver screen.
Agreed.
Than Kelly's would.
Yeah.
But Kelly is he's the most famous writer there is because he had the longest run, and it was really good. So.
Oh, wait, we had two other ones here real quick. Bryan Singer. Stephen Chow, who did Kung Fu Hustle. As long as he teams up with Gail Simone or Joe Kelly, he's pretty funny. Shane Black, let's see. I'm almost done with the list. Here's the Seth Rogen, Judd Apatow one. Go for it. Rant. In 30 seconds or less.
Seth Rogen and he's a funny guy, but no, I mean I'm gonna wait until Green Hornet comes out to make a decision on whether or not he can write comic book movies.
Exactly.
Because he's apparently very big into that. But no, he's not an action writer. No.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, we've got about 30 seconds left. Plugs. Anything you want to, or should we just go ahead and do one more?
I have plugs in my hair.
Okay.
No, I don't. But I have no idea what we're gonna do, so I'm just gonna ramble for the next 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Real quick. Okay, so this was our writers one. We'll move into characters next. I've got guests coming up. Matt Hammock from Mercs and Mutants Deadpool podcast. We'll be doing something with Oscar Alonso from Oscar NJ Boy. He'll be helping me with one. Probably get Matt Robinson from Deadpool Talk. I think that's it. Any last plug? 4 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna have a blog on my channel soon.